Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go, so if I stumble over my words moving forwards, apologies about that, and also apologies if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well. If there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it can't be helped, and hopefully it isn't much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision 2024 related video here on my channel, and another sort of reaction video as well, because right now I am about to listen in full for the first time to the Australian track for this year's upcoming edition of the ESC, which will take place in Malmö, Sweden. As always, you're welcome to let me know your thoughts on anything I discussed today by leaving a comment down below, and as always there are links in the description to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. So Australia, they were quiet for a long time, but just like that we now have the artist and the song. It's Electric Fields, who were rumoured. I believe I first mentioned their name on my channel probably about a month ago. And the song is called, and I might be mispronouncing this, One Milkali, One Blood. So there we go. It says here that they are an Australian electronic music duo made up of vocalist Zachariah Fielding, might be slightly mispronouncing that, apologies, and the keyboard player and producer Michael Ross. Both of them auditioned on the X Factor Australia a few years apart. Their music is a combination of electric soul and Aboriginal culture. So we are probably going to get something very different, a new flavour, a new identity, something very authentic and perhaps quite intriguing for this year's Eurovision lineup. Of course, we are familiar with Electric Fields because they were the runners-up, I believe, in the Australian national final a few years ago, with 2000 and whatever in 2019. I didn't mind that song. I liked the energy that there was in that performance. So if we get something like that again, I'll be quite chuffed. It also says here that the band motto is bypass the barriers, and the duo describe themselves as two feminine brothers embracing their queer identity. They are very close friends, but not romantically involved. Zachariah is the oldest of 9 children from an area in northwest South Australia. He studied Indigenous Australian music and is also an artist. Michael, on the other hand, is from Adelaide, and he's a pianist and producer too. Apologies. And his musical influences growing up were Mariah Carey, The Cranberries, and several others. 1 EP to date, several singles, and they've also worked with Kano in 2020 on a song called Would I Lie. So a very slight Eurovision connection there as well. Anyway, this music video, I haven't seen it. I don't really know what to expect, but if it is similar in vein to 2000 and whatever, I imagine it's going to be quite vibrant, colourful, happy, lively, buoyant, etc, etc. It could be very good indeed. Australia are in the first semi-final in Malmö this year, and that is shaping up to be a really, really tough semi-final. So this is going to have to be really quite splendid, I would say, to stand much of a chance of going through, because as we are all aware, Australia has struggled, more often than not, I would say, to get the public on board with their tracks. The jury love has been there in the past, the public love not quite so much. This is a country that debuted in 2015 with Guy Sebastian. He did very well. We've also had Dami Eam, who was the runner-up. Fantastic stuff. Might have won had it not been for Poland getting more points from the public than Australia when the votes were coming in, but there we are. We've also had Isaiah. Public weren't so keen on that one. Jessica Malboy, public weren't so keen on that one. Kate Miller-Heidke, public did like that one, but not as much as I thought. She was my winner in 2019. 2 songs from Montaigne, Grammy-nominated Montaigne, I should say, and she never got to be on the Eurovision stage, didn't qualify. Then we had Sheldon Riley. Again, the public weren't so keen on that one. And then last year we had Voyager, and they got, what, 22 points or something in the final? Really, really disappointing. And it's worth noting that Voyager were internally selected last year, but were the runners-up in a previous national final in Australia. This year it's the same thing. A previous runner-up has been internally chosen to represent Australia by the broadcaster. So I wouldn't be surprised next year if they just pick somebody else who's previously tried in a national final. Maybe someone like Diduri or Jaguar Jones. I know that her name would be a very popular choice with a lot of people. But anyway, let's get into this because I'm starting to ramble. Electric Fields for Australia. One Milkali, One Blood. The music video doesn't really matter. What I'm watching won't be in the bottom corner of the video you're watching, but that's the way it usually is. At the time of recording, it's had just over 28,000 views. Here we go. Deliver the goods, Australia. There they are. There they are. Is this a lyric video? Billions, billions. Okay, it's sounding quite magical at the start. Oh, oh. Is that a didgeridoo? I think it might be. Now just give me a moment. Because... oh, this is going to be difficult. Oh! Calamitous. Here we go. Get your didgeridoos out. Oh, that's enough of that, I think. I'm not a professional. Fantastic, if indeed that's what it is. Wonderful. .618. Milkali. Okay. Sorry for pausing it again. We're 50 seconds in. I'm thinking this is the chorus then, which is really not strong enough. But I'm liking the instrumentation. That feels very nice. Vocally, pretty good as well. Fleetwood Mac. Oh, okay. It reminds me of M People, if you're familiar with their work. Oh yes, this instrumentation is great. There's momentum. Yeah, really nice. Oh, having a smooch. Oh, yeah, come on. This is quite nice. It's feel good. The only downside to it, really, is that I don't think... it's a bit like the UK's entry, in the sense that the chorus maybe isn't quite hitting top gear, and that is letting the song as a whole down just a tad. It's a tough semi-final. Is this going to go through? I'm not sure. It's definitely different from everything else this year, I would say. The lyrics are interesting. .2000 and whatever definitely had a bit more vim to it. Oh! Yeah, it's groovy, you know? Come on! Raining Love. Yeah, we're near the end now. Milkali. It's a very sort of... I don't know, it's the sort of song that you'd hear maybe at something like Glastonbury, where all the hippies are gathered. And they're just singing along and having a good old time. I don't mean that as an insult, but that's what I can picture in my head. It's a very sort of peace, love and harmony type track, you know. Oh yeah. Well, let's look at the positives, because the song is now over. I think the instrumentation is fabulous. I'm liking the grooviness to it. I'm liking the vocals. I'm liking the slight momentum that there is here, absolutely. But if there is one negative, and it's a really petty thing to say, but it so often is the case at Eurovision, I feel, sometimes one part of the song is maybe letting the rest of the song down, and as a result it feels like the whole song might be a bit of a disappointment. It's the chorus for me. I don't know, 2000 and whatever, I haven't listened to that song in ages, but I definitely think it had a bit more gusto, if you see what I mean. This is not quite hitting the heights that maybe it should. I don't know, but if I had to give this a mark out of 10, 1 being absolutely terrible and 12 being absolutely bonza, then this for me, I think I'm going to give it a 6.5 for now, which is still a pretty good mark. It's a pass grade. Yes, indeed. I will listen to it again, of course, very soon. There's a lot to like, but I think maybe quite a few Eurovision fans will be disappointed that it's not quite as funky as anticipated, not quite as energetic as anticipated. I don't really know. Let's take a look at some of the comments. Australia finally showcased a mellifluous national culture that definitely stands out this year. What an amazing song. If they can recreate this sound for the live performance, it should go down really well. Let me sort this by newest first. They send this, it's just so outdated. They couldn't even make a proper music video. Another year of the fandom underrating Australia. I can definitely see this qualifying. If it does go through, I'm not sure it's going to be by a comfortable margin. So not Dami Een then. Nothing special. This is the wrong version. It isn't mastered. The vocals are way too loud. Whoops. Imagine being an English-speaking country and having lyrics so basic. My God. Didgeridoo meets Eurovision, yes. I'm all over that. Electric Fields have way better songs. I still like it. It's good, but the Netherlands is better. Cringiest thing I've seen in a while. Yes, it seems as though a bit of a mixed response. Maybe slightly more negative than positive, I'm afraid to say. But I didn't mind that. Certainly, though, that could struggle a little bit in a 100% public vote first semi-final with lots of expressive entries. If that goes through, it's not by a terribly comfortable margin. In the final, mid-table. But that's a very wild prediction because we don't know all of the songs yet, and we can't really be making any sort of educated guesses as to what's going to happen in May until we have the full lineup. Anyway, well, hey, not bad at all. I've just been holding this for most of this video. I can't even remember where I got this because I've never actually been to Australia. Is this even from Australia? Oh, mysteries galore on this channel, isn't there? Fantastic. There we go. Until next time then, dear viewers, let me know your thoughts on this Australian track. Are you a fan or are you disappointed it's not Kylie? Until next time, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and good day for now.